Vern, that was The Sopranos. So what is the second item on your list?
I am going to talk about my favorite song of the year.
Ooh.
I will admit, first off, that there is some bias in my selection because I know two of the people in this band. But it did come out this year. My song of the year is called Sun Dreamin' by The Boys Ranch. In short, I think it's a perfect song. And long, The Boys Ranch does, they do a kind of Beach Boys style kind of thing. And they released a song called Sun Dreamin' this year, and it is an incredible version of like an early surf rock song, but also a perfect encapsulation of like the dream of what those surf rock songs are. They put the lead singer's got this like filter on his voice where he sounds like he's coming from a crappy radio on the beach. But the music and the melody is like crystal clear. In a sad year, in a rough year, it's been very nice to listen to a song where I'm dreaming about the sun, and it's just been a nice pop perfection of like, this is hanging out on the beach for 2.5 minutes. It's been very nice to revisit this year. That's my song of the year. This is Sun Dreamin' by The Boys Ranch. A perfect song.
Wow. Love it.
All their songs are great, but that was their big single this year, and it's really stuck with me. I discovered it in August, September, and whenever the Spotify Wrapped came out, it was like my number 3 on the list. I listened to it so much in like a couple months that it was like my number 3 most listened to song of the entire year.
Damn, fuck them up, Boys Ranch.
Yeah.
Fuck them up.
Boys Ranch, Sun Dreamin', check it out.
Check it out. Love it. Vern, I'm loving it. Perfect. Okay, so it's time for me to go again. And Vern, we're talking about a lot of media.
Yes.
We're talking about a lot of things we consumed.
Yes.
But sometimes, and things we consumed with our eyes, things we consumed with our ears. But what about something we consumed with our mouth?
Oh my God.
And I gotta say, my number 3 pick, best of 2021. Vern, that's gotta be an old New York bagel.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. I have eaten so many fucking bagels this year. It's truly, would not want to see, like, if God has a chart of how many bagels I've eaten, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it, God. Please do not show me. Lord, I do not wish to look upon this. And it, I've got them from several different locations, whether it was, the established bagel day with the ex-wife for every Friday for breakfast, we got bagels. Or the sheer wattage of bagels I've had since I've moved into my new place, and you got Brooklyn Bagels right down the street.
Oh my God.
A delicious New York kettle-boiled bagel is unbeatable. There's just something in the water. There's just something in the water here. It's just, we make it different here,
The Hudson.
You can fucking, we boil them right in the Hudson. And during our fucking, 95-degree days for the entire summer, we just fucking cook them up in the Hudson. And I gotta say, it can't be beat. Whether or not you're putting a fucking schmear on there, whether or not you're getting, an egg, bacon, egg, and cheese kind of situation, or a favorite of mine, an egg, cheese, tomato. You get a nice slice of fucking tomato in there. That's pretty fucking tough to beat, Fern.
That's a bold flavor there.
And it's a pretty fucking tough to beat, Fern. Or sometimes an avocado, if you're feeling really frisky instead.
I've been to New York. Whenever I went, I did not have a bagel, but I did have a bagel. I had a bagel whenever I went to Boston. I think about that bagel a lot. So
what do they boil theirs in the fucking Potomac? I don't want to hear about it.
Oh my god!
I
forgot. There's
in the fucking Delaware. I don't want to hear it. Okay.
I forgot there is a storied rivalry between Boston and New York.
Boston and New York bagels. It's like remember seeing New York Chicago pizza. It's pretty dicey.
I remember seeing a Red Sox game at Fenway in Boston, and they played this thing, and it was this beautiful little video of just people in different jerseys high-fiving each other and eating hot dogs together, and it was remember, no matter which team you support, we're all here because of the same reason, the love of the game. And everyone's a polite little golf clap for it.
Wow.
And they're and then immediately after, they're here's the scores from the other baseball games that are happening right now. The New York Yankees, and just a sea of boo. Just when Roman Reigns beat Undertaker at WrestleMania. Just boo.
Just people throwing fucking chairs. Yeah, absolutely. Good shit. So anyway, a New York bagel. Check it out if you're ever in the city when it's safe to go, travel freely again. Would recommend anyone visiting New York fucking get a nice fucking bagel. I like an everything bagel, but honestly, you can't go wrong. So many great options.
And Kevin, if you don't mind, you've inspired me to switch up my list.
Yeah!
You know what? This is going to be no surprise to absolutely anyone. But, y'all, the drink of the year, Coke in a glass.
Oh, Coke in a glass. It's a treat.
Coke in a glass is a treat. I have consumed... There was a long time. There was almost a decade of my life where I stopped drinking soda, and that's gone. That's gone now. It's by the wayside. I've drinking more Coke this year than I've drinking any in my life, and at the top of the list is Coke in a glass. Second on the list, Coke in a fountain, Coke in a bottle, and then Coke on a can. But Coke in a glass. Mexicola, as it's also referred to. It's a treat that can't be beat.
It's a treat. Have a Coke and a smile, would you?
Have a Coke and a smile.
Have a Coke and a smile. I'd like to give the world a Coke.
Teach it how to sing. Spoiler alert for the year 2022.
Coke in a glass, point, early odds-on favorite.
For Best of 2022. Forrest and myself made a short film about walking around at night, listening to music, and drinking Coca-Cola.
I love this. That's a relatable film. A film that speaks to the human experience.
So, be on the lookout for that.
Absolutely. I'm gonna put it on my Letterboxd watch list. Gotta make sure I'm notified when that is available to stream. Gotta get it up there. Perfect. Great. That actually segues nicely into my next item as well. Because I rarely sample a Coke in a glass, but I do like making stuff. So my fourth favorite item of 2021, Vern, that's making stuff. I love to make stuff. And there's a lot of trials and tribulations that come with trying to creatively make stuff.
Yeah.
But I still like it. This is the third podcast I've recorded this week. Love talking to people about media, about life. Love podcasting. Love putting down words in a document, sharing that with the world. Love writing my fiction stories. That book I'm very, very, very slowly working on. Love doing that. Love writing... while I have a window open with a music documentary on my computer, so I'm kind of enjoying that and writing at the same time.
Well, speaking of soda, Cola Wars.
Cola Wars, exactly. So another perfect transition. Wow, amazing. Yeah, my Cola Wars series of short stories, tvskevin.substack.com. Early previews, patreon.com/tvskevin. Love doing that. And Vern, this year I also, for the first time in many years... I made a short film. Now, there's still a little filming that has to get done.
Part of it.
Yeah, you've seen the vast majority of it. There's a couple little bits I still need to get when it is Omicron safe to do so. But those are coming. And I just so enjoyed making a short film. And don't get me wrong, it's stressful. And don't get me wrong, it's expensive.
Yes.
But the joyous process of making this short film with that group of people, taste can't be beat.
It really can't.
Taste sensation that's sweeping the nation.
There's very few things that are better than making art you enjoy with people you enjoy. Even whenever it's hard making the art, it's still like there's nothing better.
What's better than that?
This is not on my list, but it is on my list. One of the things I loved and cherished the most this year was the Beatles Get Back, just because it reminded me of just like me and Kevin in front of a whiteboard working out Doom to You.
Yeah.
Me and Forrest in a library working out Pet Turtles. It's like
the Puffin Boys around an easel.
Yeah.
You know? Mm-hmm.
That, I was going to I was going to spring this on you at the end of the podcast, but I'm going to go ahead and do it now because you opened the door for it. Obviously, one of my resolutions and goals for this year is to, like, I don't know, be nicer to myself, be kinder to myself, appreciate myself more. I also love making stuff. Kevin, I was curious to know, out of all the things that you've made this past year, what's been your favorite? What's the thing that you're most proud of? What's the thing that you enjoy the most? Nice. However you want to shape it.
Sure.
What do you...
So I will, the short film not technically being done is sort of a mark against it, because I got to I got to ask 6 friends, like, hey, can I borrow you for an hour? Can I buy you dinner? Can you do 2 lines on this thing? So I got that to look forward to. I will say my greatest accomplishment this year, or the thing I am perhaps most proud of, is that my podcast, Advanced Community Studies, now Advanced Media
Big
Studies,
hit.
because Big Hit, He24 Big Hit, is we podcasted about every single episode of Community.
That's awesome.
We did it. We were the first one to ever do it, which is cool. That we did every single episode of a 6-season television show, and it really kept me... We started it basically at the beginning of quarantine, right at the top, and, finished the show before we finished the novel coronavirus. But we did it, and I got to talk to so many cool people along the way, new friends and fans of the show. Got to talk to people that worked on it, which was exceptionally cool. I got to meet all my fellow podcasters. Honestly, like, basically what kept me sane during so much of this.
Hell yeah.
So Advanced Media Studies. Currently, we're talking about The Witcher. We're going to talk about that Mythic Quest. We're going to talk about that Ted Lasso. We're going to talk about The Matrix at some point. Going to talk about Fast and Furious. We're doing it. Doing it up. This March, we're doing March Madness. So the listeners can decide one of the next things that we cover.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah. So we're excited. And I'm having a great time. Really enjoy doing
it.
Hell yeah.
I just and this is not on my list, but I've made a handful of things myself, and there's I feel like I've really grown as an artist this year.
That's great.
And part of that growing is not being horribly ashamed and embarrassed to call myself an artist.
You're a baller,
and there's a lot of things that I've made that I'm proud of. In the running for my favorite is Puffin TV. The episode of Puffin about TV. But this year I made a weirdo sort of documentary called Aim High Alongapo, and it's all the footage that my wife and I shot when we were in the Philippines 2 years ago, and I'm really proud of it. I'm been trying to venture out of the same old stuff I normally do, and that was like the first big step in that, and I really the first big step that's gotten released and finished, and
Sure.
I'm super proud of it.
That on youtube.com?
That's on the old youtube.com.
Is it on Letterboxd? Can I log it?
It is not on Letterboxd, unfortunately.
You gotta get on the Letterboxd.
Also, after months and months and months and months and months and months and months of seeing you share 4-star reviews of things on Instagram.
Hey, I like a lot of movies.
You like a lot of stuff. I finally hopped on the Letterboxd train, and it's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun.
You get out of it what you put in. If you just want to log absolutely. And make your little list, you can just do that.
It's a lot of fun. Absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of things that I think I'll enjoy. So that's where all those fours come from, you know?
Well, yeah, and that's the way to do it. You're doing it wrong if you're pursuing things that you think you'll actively hate.
And sometimes you watch something and you're like, this probably won't be very good, but I kind of just gotta... They made a movie with Peter Falk, Jeff Goldblum, and Cyndi Lauper. I gotta watch that. I don't know if it'll be very good, but like, I do gotta see what this movie's about.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. Great. So I believe it's your turn.
Is it my turn? Okay.
I think so. Because I did making stuff. Did you do another one? I don't think so.
I don't think I did.
Okay.
I had we had the little bonus one that I was going to throw out at the end. But okay, so number 2, wrestling match of the year.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
This year, end of last year, beginning of this year, a love of mine from when I was a child got like before then it happened with us and the WrestleMania video game and watching WrestleManias together, and then Becky Lynch, but that is kind of turned into just like it was back then. It was like, this is a fun thing to do with my friends. I got reacquainted with the feelings I had when I was a small child, watching wrestling on Monday nights. This end of last year, beginning of this year, but it now happens on Wednesday nights. I'm a big dork who watches AEW, and the match of the year, Hangman Adam Page versus Kenny Omega for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship at Full Gear. Happened on my birthday. Kevin, I know that you don't follow wrestling as much as you used to.
No, I've totally fallen off, and it's something that I've been like meaning to get back into, but just have not.
There's a YouTube show called The Good, the Bad, and the Elite, which outlines this story. Kevin this year saw, and maybe we're grading on a curve because we're talking about wrestling, but this year saw the culmination in like the single greatest story I've ever been a witness to, ever told in professional wrestling. It's been amazing. I've never in a million years ever thought like I would ever see a wrestling show tackle like feelings of insecurity, feelings of anxiousness, alcoholism, like feelings of alienation. This whole year has been like Hangman Adam Page had a group of friends that he got kicked out of because they were a bad friend group to him. They were a toxic friend group, a bad family to him. They kicked him out and they made him feel sorry for himself. They made him hate himself. But he found and it's wrestling, so he found a new group of friends that he fell in love with, and because it's wrestling, it's a spooky cult. But he found a group that just loves him for who he is, no matter what, whether he's got a belt or not. And they believed in him, and through him believing in him, he started believing in himself, and he started ranking up wins. It's just like a story that's like too clever, too smart, too well told for professional wrestling, but it happened in professional wrestling. And the match of the year, Hangman beat the then champion, but bigger than that, beating the champion, he beat all those negative feelings and all that insecurity and all that anxiousness that he had inside of him, and he overcame it. And that's what made him the winner.
Wow.
And it's this crazy thing where like this in other places, like the championship belt is a prop, but in this, like, it symbolizes something.
What the fuck? Symbolism?
Like, it's the craziest. What are you talking about? It's the craziest thing. He wins the belt, and his friends come out and they they want to give the Hangman a beer, and he slaps the beer out of their hands because he doesn't need to cope anymore. It was the craziest thing I'd ever seen. I never in my life before this year cried multiple times during a wrestling match, but it happened this year.
Wow.
Just phenomenal storytelling. And again, we might be grading on a curve because we're talking about professional wrestling, but just an amazing spectacle, because on an athletic level it was amazing, but just on an emotional storytelling level, just outstanding, out of this world. Match of the year.
Wow, that's great.
And if you don't want to watch 2 hours of wrestling every Wednesday night, The Good, the Bad, the Elite on YouTube. It's a 5-part little series, and it tells the entire story of this Hangman Adam Page and this whole arc, and him overcoming his demons, and both literal and figurative demons, because it's wrestling.
Of course.
Of course. And finding the love and appreciation for himself that he should have had all along. It's very cool.
Hell yeah. Love it. Love it. Perfect. So we will go to my second to last thing, if that's all right with you.
Yeah. Yes, please.
I need to get back into wrestling. I just have not allocated the time to do it, you know?
It takes a lot of time.
It takes a lot of time. And right now I'm paying for Peacock, and I am no fan of the WWE, but it's like there's an ease of access to it. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean?
Yeah.
If I'm already paying for it for MacGruber, and I'm out of MacGruber, so what do I do with Peacock now? Anyway, so I will highlight...
Just don't dip into Survivor. Just don't.
No.
Just stop.
Before Survivor, we'll all...
Yeah.
No, I'm going to binge 43 seasons of Survivor, I think.
Don't do it.
I think that's what I'm going to do. Immunity Idols. That's all I know about Survivor.
Oh, no.
Vanuatu. Pearl Islands. We love Survivor here. So let's see. My second to last item. Now, I thought about skipping over some stuff. It's often we don't put podcasts on the same echelon as other forms of media, right? Mm-hmm. We, and truly it's like a labor and artistry thing. It's like, oh, it's just like a couple guys talking, and we're really going to hold that up as much as we hold the French Dispatch or the Sopranos. Like, that seems silly. But, Vern, I listen to podcasts all day. I listen to it while I'm working, while I'm gaming, while I'm walking around the neighborhood. I listen to them constantly. And so it would be disingenuous to not include at least one on here. And my number one with a bullet for the 3 or 4 years since I started listening to it is a little show called Blank Check with Griffin and David.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I've bothered you about this show many times. And I am also a patron of the show. I'm a $5 patron. So in addition to their regular weekly episodes, I am also getting 3 bonus episodes per month. 2 movie commentaries and 1 special bonus episode that is sort of a grab bag. Wow. For those that don't know, the premise of this show, Griffin and David examine the careers of directors who got that rare Hollywood blank check, just had massive success early on in their careers, and was given that blank check to make whatever crazy passion projects they want. Sometimes those checks clear, and sometimes they bounce baby. I'm sorry, that's just the opening of the show, because I listen to it constantly, and when I run out of new episodes, when I've just when there's just simply no more blank check, what I do is I mark them all as unplayed, and I start over again.
Wow.
Because I am a little freak. I am a little creep freak. There's only 2 shows that I've done that with. And Blank Check is tantamount among them. I love it. Obviously, I like films and stuff, and these guys go deep. They know so many things about careers and the industry and Hollywood that I had no idea about, and I'm always learning new things. And it is also so funny. They keep a levity. They lack a self-seriousness about discussing the movies. This year, they covered they finished off Robert Zemeckis. They covered Elaine May. They covered all of John Carpenter, every John Carpenter movie. And right now they're about to start Jane Campion, which I'm exceptionally excited about. So they cover a wide range of directors. And then over on their Patreon, they do like franchise commentaries for long franchises. So obviously they've done like Marvel and Star Wars, but they also did Crocodile Dundee recently. Yeah. They did the Tim Allen Santa Claus movies. They can always find an interesting angle, an interesting hook, whatever they're talking about. And they have great guests.
They are very fascinating guys. I tried, for the most part, I've pulled the plug on listening to podcasts. I got to a point where I realized that the thoughts I were having were not my own thoughts, and they were thoughts I had heard on podcasts. But every once in a while, because I've still like not unsubscribed to things, and I'm still circling around the same corners of the internet that I used to whenever I did listen to podcasts, I know what's coming out, and occasionally I'll see something I'm like, I have to listen to that one. And a handful of times there's been a podcast where I'm like, I got to do that one. And 90% of the time it's with the boys from Blank Check. So they are very, I like those guys. And I've not dipped my toes into Blank Check because I know that I would drown very quickly.
Yep.
Very intelligent guys, very eloquent, have a very good way with words. I like their thoughts. So very good choice, Kevin.
Thank you. Check it out. Blank Check. Available everywhere you get your podcasts.
Heck yeah.
Heck you.
This has been a Talkback Podcast.